Have you ever wanted to be a VTuber or like some type of virtual streamer? Well, I am one, as you can see. But this is a quick guide to becoming one. 5 easy steps. It only takes 5 steps. I promise you, it takes 5 steps. Okay, for your first step, you what you want to do is to set up a Twitch account or a YouTube account if you don't have one already. You can put whatever username you want your VTuber persona to be, and it could literally be anything. Your brand, just you as a model, like an anime model, but you gotta set up those things first before you can actually start designing your VTuber, which is step two. Make sure you have an idea of what kind of design you want before you start trying to reach out to artists. Now, onto step three. The third step is to go onto websites that provide these artists. For example, Twitter, Instagram, find these artists. But what most artists, or not artists, well, more artists are usually located for these VTuber models is VGen, and all you have to do is scroll like your life depends on it until you find the right model. This could take like hundreds of hours to find the right one, but there are a lot of options and a lot of different. It gets overwhelming over time, and you start crashing out because there's so many different models you want to pick from. Now, once you find your model, we're going into step four. Once you find the artist you want to do, along as well as the rigger, you want to get into content doing, commission them, and then you have to wait. The waiting process takes a long time because a lot of these artists has different clients, and making VTubers models are not easy. You have to do a lot of it's a long process, and just as the art alone can take up to 1 month for it to be completed, as well as rigging. Rigging is how you get the model to move. That could also take up to a month or two, or even longer, depending on how well you want the rigging to be and how like fluid you want it to be. Then for the last stuff, once you get the actual VTuber, you want to set it up through either using VTube Studios or an OBS, and you can start streaming from there. But wait, what if you don't have the money for all that fancy smashy stuff? Well, there's another thing called PNG tubers, which is having like a drawing of two different drawings that have like usually just have the mouth open and closed, and you can stream that way, which a lot more people are doing nowadays. But there's also a lot of free models that are popping out nowadays because it's easy access as well as free assets like backgrounds, streamer overlays as such. You don't need to have all of the fancy stuff like the fancy models and like fancy overlays to be a VTuber or a streamer in general. As long as you have the passion, the time, and effort, then anyone can be a streamer.